Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy. Well, Tooter, what have you been doing, huh?
Been to the moving pictures, Mr. Wizard.
And what did you see, my boy?
The evening patrol. Oh, and boy, it sure was exciting. All about brave pilots in the war, and that's what I want to be, Mr. Wizard. A real flying fighter.
That's very dangerous business, Tooter. It was not the child's play.
Oh, please, Mr. Wizard. Oh, I know that's the life for me.
Very well, Tooter, but be careful, my boy. In 1917, the Germans, under the command of Erich von Bach, the Black Baron, was cleaning up in the air with the Messerschmitts. Every day, the Americans was losing more and more men until only one pilot was left.
Lieutenant Tooter reporting, sir.
Tooter, you're our best pilot now, and it's up to you to bring down those Messerschmitts. You take off at dawn. Good luck.
And so, at dawn the next day, Tooter was ready. The hotshot pilots always wore the silk scarf and carries a swagger stick to make dashing figures.
Contact!
Tooter was starting his taxi down the field, revving up the engine and gaining speed for the takeoff.
Ceiling zero. These ground fogs sure do come in fast. The air sure is rough today. Better see if I can get up out of this fog. It sure was a thick fog. Now I'm going to get the Black Baron and those old Messerschmitts.
Meanwhile, back at the German base, the Baron was warming up his plane and addressing the squadron.
Schick heil! Mann Schimmelheil, die Kaiser und Gesprächen sind dein Himmelsschwachel, mit alles und den Puder, was Splucken mit dem Marschen konzentriert. Und I, the Black Baron, will personally shoot down the American dog, and I ain't whistling Dixie.
And so the German ace vowed to shoot down the American ace. On high over the fields of France, they met in the dogfighter. First, like the gentlemen they was, they started to shoot at each other with the pistols. This was the custom of the times. But then they got down to the real business with the machine guns. Tooter was very skillful with the maneuverings like the loop-de-loops and the barrel rolls and the Immelmans. Always he was in complete control of the aircraft. The Baron makes the lucky shot and Tooter's oil line breaks. This also was the custom in those days. Always the oil line would bust.
Oh boy, night sure comes in a hurry around these parts.
The Baron, with more experience, got more hits than Tooter, but the brave Tooter was unafraid.
Help, Mr. Wizard! Help! Save me!
Here I go again. Drussel, drassel, drussel, drum. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is as the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Well, so good to see you, Tooter.
Well, now, it's right nice seeing you, Mr. Wizard.
And what is it today, mine boy? Is you still wishing to be something you is not?
I want to be, let me see now. Why, sure, I want to be one of them highway Petrol fellas.
All right, but I think you'll be sorry. Still, the highway is very important, and they is always ready for anything. They is brave, alert petrol men. Calling car 4444. Bank robbery at 5th and Main. Bandit in blank sedan headed your way. If you apprehend, please try to get criminal's name so he can check his record.
Roger.
Roger what?
Well, now, Chief, all I was doing was,
Seeing the crook go by, the highway petrol man whisks into action. He takes the back roads, heads off the crook, and sets up the famous road blocker. Calling car 4444. Please clear up question. Understand you have apprehended criminal. First name Roger. What is last name? Over.
Roger Smodger. This here's silly, Chief. I ain't got time to talk. Gotta get after that there criminal there.
The highway petrol man has the fastest car and the wisest mind. That is why he's able to outrun and outwit the crook and bring him into the jailhouse. Car 4444, we have checked files on Roger Smodger. Criminal must be using alias. Suggest you question further. Over. The highway petrol man is always ready to learn the new trick. So, he heads off the crook again, and this time he paints the tunnel. This way, the highway petrol man is sure to stop the crook. Then...
Well, at least I didn't knock no new hole in the windshield.
Calling car 4444. Files have turned up on Roger Smodger fitting bandit's description, but M.O. is wrong.
What is his M.O.?
M-O-P, M-O-P-P, M-O-P-P, mop, mop. I said M-O.
The crook was in the mountain roads now, and just as he comes around the curve, he takes the side road. And when the highway petrol man comes around the corner, poof, the crook man is gone.
This here is 4444 calling headquarters.
M-O-P-P, M-O-P-P, mop.
You ain't exactly Perry Kimona, Chief. This here is serious. I reckon I lost a thief, Chief.
This Roger Smodger must be smart. Use your head, 4444. Look for a clue.
Clue, eh?
Did you find a clue, 4444? Did you use your head? Once in the hideout, the crook believed he was safe, but he did not know that the highway petrol man is just as smart even out of the car.
All right there, Bandit. Open up this here door. I'm a-breaking it down. Well, here I am. Let's see now. Where is he? Can't see nobody, but I hear him all right. That you hissing there, Bandit?
When all else fails, the never-give-up highway petrol man called on the other petrol cars.
This here's 444444. All you other fellas gotta help me now. Everybody close in on the corner of Blam Street and Crash Road. Well, here we go. Them bad guys ought to know they can't never escape the highway petrol. Oh, Mr. Wizard, help me, Mr. Wizard.
Well, here we go again. Drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drome. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always, I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is as the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Well, Tooter, why are you carrying the big stone?
That's what I want to talk about, Mr. Wizard. You see, I figure I should have been one of those Stone Age fellers living long time ago.
Well, I tell you, Tooter, maybe you like, but I think not. I think you wish you was home again soon. In the Stone Age, things was not always easy. The Stone Age man would come home from the day's work swinging through the trees. And at the cave, his wife would greet him.
All right, Stoneface, get out and find some food. And take this along with you. It's time he learned to help.
Yeah, but gee, Ma,
And don't come back empty-handed.
And so the brave Stone Age man would set off to find the food and teach the small son. First, there was the job of the transportation, for there was no motor cars then. But the Stone Age man had other ways.
First now, small son, we gotta catch us a old dinosaur to ride. Now, you watch your brave daddy. See there, boy?
What you doing up there, brave daddy?
Another way to catch the dinosaur was the high cliff trick. With this one, the Stone Age man would wait until the dinosaur came by below.
Now watch this close, small son.
The Stone Age man would leap and land on the...
Something must have gone wrong, brave daddy.
If at first he did not succeed, the Stone Age man would try again. But the Stone Age man would not give up the battle.
There's, small son, your brave daddy never fails.
Sometimes the hunting for the food was done on foot. The Stone Age man would make the huge bow and arrow.
See here, small son, I hook this rope around me with the other end on the arrow. And then I... That's all, small son. Easy as...
Gee, brave daddy, that was a big one. Too bad he got away. Let me try.
Wait, the rope is...
We got him, brave daddy. Hold on to him.
With the hunt over, the Stone Age man and the small son swing through the jungle to the... To cook the wild game, the Stone Age man must have the big fire.
Watch close now, small son. I'll show you how to light fire with two stones. Take one like this and one like this, and...
Yo! Lighting fires looks like fun, brave daddy. I like to dance.
When the food was cooking, the brave Stone Age man was always on guard, for the smell might bring the food robbers.
Must be getting dark. All of a sudden, it's... Help, Mr. Wizard! Help!
Well, here I go again. Drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drum. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is has the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Tooter, why is you wearing that skirt?
No, not a skirt, Mr. Wizard. This is a tunic. I want to be a Greek athlete.
But Tooter, it takes a lot more than a tunic to make a Greek athlete. But if that's what you want. The Greeks was very good athletes who was experts in all the events of the Olympic Games. The most expert of all was Black Bacchus, the famous champion. Everybody tried to beat Black Bacchus, but nobody did. Then, young Oedipus Schmedipus challenged the champion.
Black Bacchus, sir. I aim to become champion.
Oh, little Oedipus, go back to your mama. This is a man's game. But young Oedipus Schmedipus would not give up, and Bacchus accepted the challenge. The first event was the pole vault. The trick was to get lots of spring in the pole. But Oedipus Schmedipus wanted to try again. And since Black Bacchus was a good sport, he gave young Oedipus another chance. Here, little fawn, try my pole. I fixed it special for you.
Thank you kindly.
The next event was the discus throwing. The trick here was to wind up and throw the discus as far as possible. Bacchus threw the discus out of sight. Then it was the brave challenger's turn. He wound up and gave a mighty toss. But sometimes the discus acts like the boomerang. But again, Black Bacchus was a good sport and gave the challenger another chance. Oedipus, for your mama's sake, I want you to stick to it. Try my discus.
Well, now, that sure is accommodating of you, Black Bacchus.
But the never-give-up challenger was game for the games and moved on to the next event, which was the marathon race. This was a long race in which they carried a torch all around Greece. The main thing was that the torch should not go out. Little Oedipus will be hot. I'll help him cool off.
Marathon this way.
But the intrepid young Oedipus did not let the torch go out. He kept on running. Hey, buddy, got a light?
Sure, Bacchus. Here. Glad to do you a favor.
Thanks.
Now I gotta set off.
Still, the young Oedipus did not give up, but went right on to the next event, which was the wrestling match. The Greeks was the best wrestlers in the world, and Bacchus was the best of the Greeks. Oh, little Oedipus, I tie you up in a bow for your mama's hat. But Oedipus Schmedipus was a Boy Scout who knew all about untying the knots.
Okay, Bacchus, I'm through fooling around. I'm going to give you the flying mare.
And with sheer strength, the spunky Oedipus lifted Bacchus to his shoulders. Okay, Oedipus, let's discuss this man to man.
Help! Help, Mr. Wizard! Please help! Help me!
Well, I knew it. Whistle, wrestle, dressel, drone. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is has the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
What is the dumbbell for, Tooter?
Well, I'm practicing to be one of them there Supermen, Mr. Wizard. I was sort of hoping maybe you'd help me out.
Well, perhaps it's best I do something before the place is all a mess. But be careful, Tooter. The strong Stuperman does many things you is not used to. Like the way he can fly. All the Stuperman must do is run and jump, and he flies on and on and... Unless, of course, there's something unexpected in the way. The brave Stuperman has to disguise, so nobody will bother him. He pretends he is Cluck Kent, top reporter on the newspaper.
Hi, Cluck. What's new?
And Cluck Kent has a girlfriend named Lois Loon. She is also on the paper.
Got a big story, Cluck. Just heard the Mississippi River bank is being held up. I'm heading over there now. Wanna come along?
Well, now, I'll be along in just a minute. There's a couple of things I gotta get rid of first.
And the things to get rid of was the clothes. Quickly, the reporter made the change and was off. Once ready, the Stuperman was quickly in the bank. Like nothing at all, he grabbed the men and gave them the beating of their lives.
Great job, Stuperman. Too bad these aren't the crooks. Meet Hinckley and Brinkley, owners of the bank. The crooks got away with the cash.
Realizing the mistake, the Stuperman was off. Nothing would stop him now. Unless, of course, there was something unexpected in the way. The Stuperman decided this was the job of the master criminal, Black Bark. Sure enough, at that very moment, the Black Bark was trying to outsmart the famous Stuperman.
Looks like the door is locked tight, but nothing stops us Stupermen.
The trail was cut off, so the wise Stuperman decided it was best to disguise himself as the Cluck Kent to get the new tip from the girlfriend reporter.
What's new on the case there, Lois Loon?
Plenty, Cluck. Just got word that the crook Black Bark is escaping on his yacht. Wanna come along?
Well, now, I'll be along in just a minute. A couple of changes I gotta make first.
And the changes to be made was the clothes. Quickly, the reporter made the changes and was off. Down by the seashore, the yacht was already leaving the dock. But the mighty Stuperman was ready for the challenge. With his bare hands, he grabbed the big yacht, lifted it high in the air, and smashed it into the water.
A smashing job there, Stuperman. Too bad it's the wrong yacht. That was Hinckley and Brinkley's boat. They were after Black Bark.
Realizing the mistake again, the brave Stuperman was off. Nothing would stop him now. Unless, of course, there was something unexpected in the way. Out over the ocean, the Stuperman overtook the yacht with Black Bark aboard.
You're all right down there, Black Bark. Come out and surrender, or I'm coming in for a landing.
But the cannonballs was like nothing for Stuperman, until the Black Bark shot the special exploding pepper ball. The sneezing was breaking up the Stuperman's jump, so that he was falling into the ocean.
Help, Mr. Wizard! Help! I can't stop sneezing!
Well, even for the brave Stuperman, I gotta do it. Tristle, trassle, trussle, drone. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always, I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is as the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
certainly are dressed up today. I see the feather you is wearing. This means maybe you are playing Indian?
No, Mr. Wizard. I'm trying to be like the famous Robin Hoodwink.
Oh, of course, my boy. Robin Hoodwink. The fellow that was always taking the money from the bad guys and giving it to the good guys.
That's it, Mr. Wizard. You can't say that isn't being good. So let me be Robin Hoodwink. Please, Mr. Wizard. Please.
What can I say except, be careful, Tooter. The Robin Hoodwink with all his men was always hiding out in the Steamboat forest. He had worked out a very special way that his men would get him important messages. One man would take the message off the arrow and then pass it on to the next man. Finally, the message would reach the famous Robin Hoodwink.
It says here, one of the men from the Sheriff of Nottingham is coming through with a bag of gold.
Because the Sheriff of Nottingham was the bad man, Robin Hoodwink would make the plan to get the gold and give it to the poor. Robin would hide high up in the trees, and when the Nottingham man would ride through, Robin would leap onto. If the man should get away, the famous Robin Hoodwink would leap onto his horse and chase the Nottingham man all over the place. If the Nottingham man's horse was too fast, Robin Hoodwink would use the sling. He would whirl the sling around his head, and then... This weapon was very effective.
All right now, bad Nottingham man. Give me that bag of gold. Holding out, are you? All right, on guard.
The Robin Hoodwink was a master with the swordplay. It was the fancy footwork which made the Robin Hoodwink the greatest swordsman in the world.
All righty, Nottingham man. Give me that bag of gold or you'll get this.
If the Robin Hoodwink got into the trouble, his trusty sidekick, Little John, was always ready to help out.
Stop, bad Nottingham man, or I'll run you through.
Now go back and tell your bad sheriff I'm giving this gold back to the poor people.
To give the gold back, Robin Hoodwink would put on the disguise so nobody would recognize him when he rode into the town.
Look, it's Robin Hoodwink, and he's got the gold. After him!
The famous Robin Hoodwink was wise in ways to escape. Sometimes he would leap. Other times, the Robin Hoodwink would do the trick riding. So the Nottingham man would think he was not on the horse.
Yow! Ouch! Yow!
And when there looked like no way out for the Robin Hoodwink, he would dive into the deep water below. Then the Robin Hoodwink would swim to the other side for the fast getaway.
Now I'll just make the fast getaway. Make the fast, Help! There's no way out of here! Help, Mr. Wizard! I can't get up the wall! Help!
Well, what else is there to do? Twistle, drassle, trussle, drome. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is as the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Stuper the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Don't tell me, Tooter, that once more you're not satisfied with your life and want to be something else.
Well, now, I reckon that's just about the size of it, Mr. Wizard. I got a powerful hankering for the old days. The romance of the river. What I want to be is a riverboat captain.
But Tooter, my boy, it takes years to be the riverboat captain. You have to know every bend and twist in the river. Why don't you just be yourselves a nice little turtle boy?
Oh, please, Mr. Wizard. I just know this is what I want to be.
Well, I think you'll be sorry, but I let you try. It takes the great skill to navigate the tricky twists and bends of the river, and it took much strength to handle the big steering wheel. Besides being twisty, the river was very shallow in some places. To find out just how deep it was, they used a lead line, which was a long piece of rope with a lead weight on one end. The rope has the marks on it every 6 feet. The sailor would whirl the rope around and around and then let it go into the water. Then they would call out the mark and know how deep was the river.
By the mark, Twain!
Here now, sailor. Let me have a try at that. Since I'm the captain, I have to check up once in a while.
One of the great dangers of the river was the fog. But this did not bother the brave river pilot. He kept sounding the foghorn and steering the straight course so that when the fog lifted, he was right where he was supposed to be. In the old days, the boats was run by the big paddle wheels that turned around and around. The wise riverboat captain knew enough to stay away from the wheels because they was very dangerous.
Whoa! Wait, stop! Only us captains are smart enough to get away from them wheels.
All the riverboat captains was great rivals. Each one thought he was the best on the river. And they was always having the race to see who was the fastest. The roughest, toughest captain on the water was Big Blackie Bark, king of the river.
I'm king of the river, and my boat Bessie May can beat any boat from Natchez to New Orleans.
Well now, Mr. Blackie, I don't know about that. I reckon I can beat you to New Orleans.
By the great horned toad, nobody can beat me. I challenge you to a race.
One of the most important parts of the race was getting started. First, the captains would build up the big head of steam. Then away they would go down the river. I said, away they would go. Once on the way, the boats really turned on the steam by throwing the big logs into the furnace.
Mr. Blarney, more steam!
Aye, aye, sir.
Sometimes in a big race, the ship ran out of logs to burn. And then the clever captain would have the men throw on the furniture and everything else that was made of wood. Even the ship itself they would start tearing up to get more wood for the fire.
More steam, Mr. Blarney!
The boilers won't take any more, sir.
I said get me more steam. I'm gonna win this here race if it's the last thing I do. Help, Mr. Wizard! Help me! My plans just blew up.
Well, once again, twistle, trestle, trussle, drone. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always, always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is has the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Mr. Wizard, I finally found out what I really want to do.
That's good, Tooter. What is it?
Painting and decorating, Mr. Wizard.
Well, that seems safe enough, my boy. But be sure and do the good work.
The clean painter and deteriorator has a very important job. He must work both inside and outside the house. First, the outside. With his helper who is learning the business, the clever clean painter starts the job.
Yeah, all right now, helper. You hold this ladder real tight and watch how I do this painting work.
Over here, Tooter, old pal. You're painting the wrong house there, boy. In the high places where the clever clean painter knew it was safe, he would use the scaffold.
Yeah, well, hold on to this rope while I get the paint all set up.
Sure, Tooter boy. Anything you say. Got a match, pal? Sort of a Western-style elevator, huh, Toot? Got the drop on us fast.
Now look here, helper. You're no count help. You get up there and start working. I'll send up the paint.
Okay, old pal. Slip me the slop. This is the way the wise clean painter teaches the young helper. The helper must learn to be very careful. Why are you wearing that helmet, Toot, old boy? I never dropped a thing in my life. Even the long fence must be painted. But the clean painter has the way to make the job go very fast.
Now, helper, you take that side there, and I'll take this side here. Just paint along nice and easy.
You look a little pale, Tooter boy. Maybe we better rest a while. Next was the inside of the house. First, the clean painter and deteriorator did the fine job on the stairs.
Yeah, all right now, helper. You better get the rest of that carpet out of my way.
Takes only a twist of the wrist, Tooter, old sock. Fast job there, Tooter pal, but your brush was a little noisy. Painting the ceiling was very important. The clean painter knew how to keep the paint from getting on the floors.
Hold that ladder real steady like, helper.
Steady as a stiff brush, pal o' mine. Different, Tooter boy. Really artistic. I didn't know you went in for this mural business. The most important of all for the clean painter and deteriorator was the wallpaper job.
See how you work this, helper? Just put paste on the wall, put up the paper, then brush it down like this.
I got it, Tooter pal. Paste, paper, brush. Paste, paper, brush. Paste, paper, brush. Paste, paper, brush. Paste, paper.
Hey, what's going on here? This what you call decorating my house?
Thought I'd never get out of there.
Maybe you should have stayed. Messing up my house, huh?
Help, Mr. Wizard! Get me out of this, please, Mr. Wizard!
Well, here I go again. Drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drone. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always, always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is has the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Well, Tooter, what is it that you are so excited about,
Well, I just saw a real exciting TV show all about them there skydiving fellers, and that's what I want to be more than anything else in the world.
But, my boy, that's very dangerous, and not for little turtle boys. Much practice and skill it needs. Why don't you be a stem collector instead, huh?
Oh, please, Mr. Wizard, please.
Very well. Now, the first thing what the skydiver needs is the right shoes for landing on the ground. They're very heavy in the ankles, so they shouldn't break. When the shoes is right, the next thing is to go to the practice and jump from a platform to learn how to land. There's no danger of breaking the ankle because of the heavy shoes. Once the landing technique has been mastered, the next step is getting the parachute ready. This needs great skill and care, for on the chute depends the skydiver's life. First, they stretch the chute out on the table and then begin to fold it very carefully, making sure not to get the lines tangled up. When the chute is all neatly packed, the skydiver is ready to go up in the airplane and jump out. This is where they separate the men from the boys.
Ouch!
Once they had left the plane, the skydiver would count to 10 and then pull the ripcord and open the chute.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Let's see, what comes after 4?
Well, that is what practice is for, to learn from your mistakes. This time, the daring skydiver makes sure to count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Well, live and learn. The daring skydiver does not give up. This time, everything is perfect.
8, 9, 10, and pull the ripcord. I know I had it when I left the plane. Jacket pocket, pants pocket. I know it's here someplace. Oh, what's this? My yo-yo. I've been looking all over for that.
One of the great skills which the skydiver must learn is the control of the chute. This is done by pulling on the shroud lines. Pull the left side, and you go left. Pull on the right side, and you can go to the right. It is so simple, a simpleton could do it. And it controls the chute so well that the experienced jumper can land on the head of a pin.
Yow!
But all this is just the beginning. The real fun comes when the skydiver actually flies like the birdies before he opens the chute. He jumps out, spreads his arms like wings, and soars through the sky. By twisting his body, he can do the very fancy type flying, like the loop-de-loop, and the barrel roll, and inside, outside, Immelman.
Oh, he floats through the air with the greatest of ease.
All this time, while he is flying, the experienced skydiver is watching carefully that he is not getting too close to the ground or to any other objects.
His actions are graceful, all the girls he does please. Pardon me, fellers. Is the lady of the house in? Well, so long, fellers. Be seeing you. Whoops. Oh, Mr. Wizard, help!
Drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drum. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard, looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always, always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is has the happiest lot.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Tooter the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Well, good morning, Tooter. What is that you got tucked under the arm, eh?
That's just exactly what I want to see you about, Mr. Wizard. Looky here.
My, that's very colorful. But what is it?
This is a genuine bullfighter poster announcing a great bullfight. See? La Plaza del Toro. That's Spanish for the place of the bulls. When I saw this poster, I knew that's just what I wanted to be. Will you help me become a famous matador? That's Spanish for bullfighter.
How many times must I tell you, Tooter? Things like that is for men, not little turtle boys.
Oh, but Mr. Wizard, this time it's different. This time I've been practicing the watch. First, I need a cape. This tablecloth will do. Whoops, sorry. Well, anyway, pretend you're the bull. I say, toro, toro. That's Spanish for bull, bull. Ho, toro, ho, toro. That's Spanish for ho, bull, ho, bull. Then you charge, I wave this here cape and...
Very well, my boy, you win. If you want to be a matador and fight the bulls, I will make you a matador. Bullfighting is very popular sport, and it draws many people. And when the matador enters, there is great cheering like at the baseball game. The brave matador walks all around the arena, bowing to the spectators. Then, from the other side of the arena, comes the wild bull.
All right now, bring on old El Toro. That's Spanish for bull. Oh, there you are. Okay, let's me and you fight. Ho, Toro, ho, Toro, ho, Toro.
And the brave matador demonstrates the skill with the cape that she uses to attract the bull's attention. First, he does the Veronica. And then, the Pasadobra.
Shucks, there's nothing to this here bullfighting.
And now, to show how brave he is, the brave matador turns his back on the ferocious bull. This is a very dangerous thing to do. To show how skillful he is, the matador shifts to a very small cape.
Ho, Toro! Ho, Toro! Ho, Toro! Whoa, Toro! Whoa, whoa, Toro! Whoa, whoa, I say!
This makes the brave matador get very mad.
Come on, you big bully, and fight like a man.
Experience tells the brave matador that the bull is weakening, and the time has come for what is called the moment of truth.
Or, as we say in Spanish, un momento de verdad. The sword, please.
The courageous matador approaches the bull. This is where they separate the matadors from the mataboys.
All right now, Mr. Bull, on guard. Whoops. Oh, Mr. Wizard! Help!
Here we go again. Drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drum. Time for this one to come home.
Deep in the forest grows a tall, tall tree. Of course, it was a short tree, but it grew. And down at the bottom of that tree, there's a little old box that's really the home of Mr. Wizard the Lizard.
Yes? Who is that?
It's Stuper the Turtle, Mr. Wizard. I got another favor to ask.
Come in, my boy.
Well, it's only the shanty in old shanty town. So here, what in the world?
It's only me, Mr. Wizard. I'm making like I'm one of those fellers with a hidden camera.
Oh, but you startle me so, Tooter.
That's what they always do, Mr. Wizard. Sneak up on folks and take movies of them.
Sounds like very peculiar work to me.
But I think I'd like it myself. That's what I come over to see about.
But, Tooter, are you sure the folks don't mind the taking of the pictures?
Oh, gosh, no, they love it.
All right, my boy. I wish you luck. Be very careful. One of the clever tricks the hidden cameraman uses is the wreck watch trick. For this one, he hides the camera in the watch repair shop and waits for the customer who has left the watch to be repaired.
Hi, I'm supposed to pick up my watch today. You were tightening the band.
Oh, yes.
What's so funny about picking up a watch?
Oh, nothing, sir. It's just that we had a little accident with your watch.
You had an accident? My watch? That's my watch! The watch my great-great-great-grandfather wore!
That's right.
Why, you crackpot. You numbskull. You flannel mouth.
Mister, I say there, sir, could you stop a minute? I want to tell you, you're on television. We got a hidden camera.
Me? On television? You mean it? Oh, no, that's wonderful. Hi out there. Hi, Aunt Lizzie. Hiya, Ma.
Never fails. These here episodes and hidden camera always end the same.
Another very funny trick of the hidden cameraman is the talking object trick. First, he hides the camera next to some object but could never speak, like the cannon. Then he climbs into the object and waits for someone to come by.
Hold on there, stranger.
I must have gone daft. Now it's voices I'm hearing.
It's me, stranger, the spirit of this here cannon.
You don't say so. A blinking cannon spirit, is it? I say, aren't you a bit crowded in there?
Well, that's just why I stopped you, stranger. I've been trying to get out of here for 100 years, only I don't know how. I was hoping you might lend a hand.
Of course I'll help you out, mate.
Well, it's right neighborly. There must be some way of getting me out. What are you doing out there, stranger? I said, what are you...
Since there is clearly some danger in hiding inside the objects like the cannon, the clever hidden camera must use the speaker and the microphone.
Well, just talk through here and my voice comes out from inside the cannon. That'll keep me from getting blasted out again. Hello there, stranger. How things going with you?
Whose voice is that?
Me, stranger. I'm a talking cannon.
Ridiculous. Cannons can't talk.
Sure they can. You're hearing me, aren't you?
Yeah, but I still don't...
Still don't believe in talking cannons, huh? Well, all us cannons can talk. Sometimes we get together and have a real cannonball.
The hidden cameraman's very best trick of all is catching the people where they would least expect the camera to be, like in the passenger airliner.
I'll just pretend that I'm a skyway robber, and then I'll get pictures of all the folks while they're scared. All right, folks, don't make a move. This is a hold-up. It's all right, folks. It was just another joke for hidden camera. I say it was just... now, hold on. Wait, stop. Help, Mr. Wizard. Quick, help me.
Oh, my goodness. Tristle, trassle, trussle, trom. Time for this one to come home.
Gee, Mr. Wizard. Looks like I made a mess out of things again.
Always, always I tell you, Tooter, be just what you is, not what you is not. Folks what you is the happiest lot.